Ministry of Education establishes program of intervention to address violence in schools. We'll have details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, April 23rd, I am Rakisha St. Louis. The Ministry of Education has established a program of intervention to be operated through a special support committee to address the subject of violence in some schools. That's according to Education and Human Resource Development Minister Honorable Emmeline Pear. Minister Pear says that the committee will work hand in hand with counselors and advisors at the various institutions. However, not every school is earmarked for this intervention strategy. During a recent post-cabinet briefing, Minister Pear said, violence in schools, though not prevalent, is still a cause for concern and must be addressed.
Violence in school, even if it happens once, is too many. And we do have some schools that we have flagged and will be providing special support to in that regard. There is a special committee set up to look at a special program of intervention that would engage not just the school, students, parents, the community, and we intend to make sure that this is something that we bring under control with regards to added initiatives that we're going to presently, the counselors and all of the programs existing, we appreciate that this is working, but we do have some challenges and we need to do more.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell has paid tribute to the late Sir Alister McIntyre, describing him as the epitome of a Caribbean man who was a genuine advocate of national and regional development that sought to improve the stature of the Caribbean. Sir Alister, Vice-Chancellor Emeritus of the University of the West Indies, passed away on Saturday. Paying tribute to Sir Alister, Dr. Mitchell said the entire Caribbean has lost a dear son who has left us a rich legacy characterized by profound knowledge and unwavering commitment to regionalism. Sir Alister was third in the line of distinguished Caribbean nationals who served as Secretary General of the Caribbean Community from 1974 to 1977, and his leadership of the organization came at a critical juncture just 1 year after the Treaty of Chaguaramas was signed. Dr. Mitchell said Sir Alister can therefore be considered one of the pioneers who shaped the infrastructure on which we have built our efforts at regional integration. Sir Alister also served as Chief Technical Officer of the Caribbean Regional Negotiating Machinery and played a crucial role in trade negotiations at the international level. The Prime Minister says the region owes a debt of gratitude to Sir Alister, and bestowing him with the Order of the Caribbean Community demonstrated this gratitude. The Caribbean has also been paying tribute to the 87-year-old son of the soil, saying that, and I quote, "A precious light has gone out in our Caribbean world," unquote. This is the National Report. We'll have more news after the break.
The eyes of the world are on us more than ever. So let's take it to them. Saturday, May 4th, the Spice Mass Corporation launches Spice Mass 2019. The Caribbean's biggest summer festival. This year's launch starts with a roadshow from Ariza Car Park to the National Stadium from 3 p.m. Bring out your last year's costume and join the parade. It's one big experience with a display of fancy man, traditional man, Moko Jambi, and the most envied Jab Jab. The official opening is at the National Stadium, featuring your favorite soca artists and DJs, Calypso Monarch, Steel Pan champions, and presentations of the 2019 Carnival Queen contestants, plus displays of 2019 costumes, SMC show tickets, and other attractions to be won. Saturday, May 4th, the National Stadium, the launch of Spice Mass 2019. Bring out the entire family. Log on to spicemassgrenada.com for more.
Welcome back. 25 young seamen from Grenada and Carriacou will spend just over 1 week at the Caribbean Fisheries Training and Development Institute in Trinidad, increasing their knowledge on basic safety at sea. The certified training is being done through the Ministry of Youth, Development, Sports, Culture and the Arts in an effort to familiarize young and aspiring seamen with basic marine safety training. During the orientation session on Sunday evening, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth, Norman Gilbert, highlighted that many seamen are experienced but not certified. He challenged them to embrace the life-changing opportunity and be ambassadors to Grenada.
Many of you would move on. You would go to captain vessels all over the islands, right? Maybe you might also have a vessel working Grenada, Trinidad, I don't know, that you may have opportunities to work on. But this is a lifetime opportunity for people who are interested in seamanship. And I would like for you to take this with both hands and be able to complete. I wouldn't go back to repeat what Mr. Bihari said in terms of the requirements, but I want to just reiterate the fact that you are not representing yourself. Currently, you are traveling on behalf of the government of Grenada as a selected group of persons to complete this training. This is a government-sponsored training, and as a result, we expect for you to be nothing but ambassadors.
Acting Youth Coordinator Royden Bihari says government has invested heavily in the training, covering tuition, accommodation, stipend allowance, and airfare. He emphasized the need for participants to be disciplined and adhere to the requirements of the training.
The cost of tuition alone is very high per person. Hence the reason we're asking persons to be as serious as you can be. As I would say to our liaison officer, whether our participants are on the first day, whether they are on the second day, whether they are on a few hours before the departure, whether they are 1 hour before the course finish, and you cannot adhere to the policies, you would be on the first flight back to Grenada. And we hold no apologies, because this is a very important investment for us. To the point where the budgetary allocation for this initiative was budgetary allocation allocated towards other programs of the ministry. We had a request by minister, and we tried our best to facilitate it to ensure that all 26 persons get an opportunity to go.
The Standards of Training Certification and Watchkeeping will run from Tuesday, April 23rd to May 3rd, 2019. Finally, the non-profit organization, the Caribbean Coding Academy, has established a local branch on the Carenage, St. George, as part of efforts to prepare young people for the digital economy. Director of the organization, Clifford Brown, says it is important that young people familiarize themselves with coding, robotics, and drone technology, as these serve a vital part in the economy.
The objective here is to literally have an impact in Grenada with regards to technology. We believe that the world is changing, and our kids must be introduced to technology at a very early age. We see this program as very, very important. We see this program as just as important as various sectors, be it tourism, be it agriculture. And you don't need to go anywhere. You can stay right in Grenada here. So once you have internet and you have a laptop, you can literally be working. This is a game changer, and this is literally preparing our young people for the new digital economy.
The organization plans to partner with various institutions in Grenada. Adults will also get the opportunity to gain hands-on experience through the services offered by the Coding Academy. That promise from Operations Director Gillian Stevens.
Not only are we working with the children, there are many adults who would like to learn to code as well. We have an adult program starting on the 29th of April. We will have a bootcamp program as well for those who want a total change in career, a 6-month immersion program, training people actually for jobs that are waiting out there for them. It's interesting that there are a lot of jobs out there, but there aren't enough people trained to do those jobs. So what we are here to do is actually train people for these jobs, train them such that some of them may want to leave Grenada, but essentially some of them might want to do these things in Grenada.
Labour Minister Honourable Peter David is appealing to Grenadians to fully utilize this opportunity.
Too many times our young people, and we teach our kids to become employees. By learning this technology, they can become employers. And I hope that they will establish themselves as young businessmen and businesswomen.
That story just ended the National Report for today, Tuesday, April 23rd. Let's recap the top story. Ministry of Education establishes program of intervention to address violence in schools. On behalf of the entire news team here at the Government Information Service, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next.